Kurzgesagt, man. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm low-key excited for this one. Because your boy just got out of a 3-week fever run, bro. 3 weeks. Now I'm stuck with this cough, this dry cough. I feel better, thank God. But your boy, allergies acting up, fever, cold, all of that. In 3 weeks, bro. 3 weeks straight. Alright? Fever feels horrible, but it's actually awesome. No, it's not awesome, bro. Can't convince me.
Fever feels bad, so we take medication to suppress it. But is this a good idea? It turns out fever is one of the oldest defenses against disease. What exactly is it? How does it make your immune defense stronger? And should you take a pill to combat it? The heat of life. On Earth, life is able to thrive between the extremes of -10 degrees Celsius in deep, cool pools and 120 degrees Celsius in thermal vents. Step outside this range and die. Every animal or microbe...
Damn. That's our limit, bro? -10, 120 degrees?
...has a temperature range that's ideal and one that's stressful but survivable for a while. Your ideal temperature is where your cells work best, where their internal machinery is the most efficient, and the animal as a whole the best adapted to its niche. Humans are warm-blooded animals, and our bodies expend a lot of energy to keep us around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Which seems wasteful, but this may actually be a defensive adaptation. Our temperature makes us almost entirely immune to one of the worst killers and parasites, fungi. Most colder animals and their insides are infected by them, but you are just too hot. Which brings us to fever. For any microbe that wants to infect you, your body is a world they want to conquer. Fever is defensive climate change.
When you have a fever, it feels like it. It feels like they won the battle, bro. Alright? So annoying.
Pushing an invader outside its ideal temperature range and making the world horrible. It evolved at least 600 million years ago and is widespread. Most animals increase their core temperature when they're sick. Fish swim into warmer waters, lizards bathe in the sun, bees heat up the air inside their hive. But you, warm-blooded mammal, you have way more drastic options. Let's make you sick and see what happens.
No, thank you. I'm already sick for 3 weeks. I feel better. I don't want to get sick again, bro. Y'all can get sick. I don't want to get sick.
When your blood turns into lava.
Let's see.
You're invaded by bacteria and viruses at the same time.
Yeah.
The invasion is powerful and you need to slow it down as fast as possible. Fever is part of your first line of defense, triggered by a diverse group of chemicals called pyrogens, the creators of heat. They float away from the battlefield and pass right into your brain, where specialized receptors pick them up and crank up your internal thermostat. First, you begin to shiver. Your skeletal muscles contract really quickly, which generates a lot of heat in your core. At the same time, usually the blood vessels near your surfaces contract and prevent heat from escaping through your skin. Your skin cools down while your insides burn. Fever is a systemic body-wide response and is a serious energy investment for your body.
That makes sense. Y'all ever shower? Bro, y'all ever been sick, hot, sweaty, went to shower, and just the shower don't work, bro? The shower doesn't work. It don't feel as good because you too hot, or vice versa. You're too cold. Try to take a hot shower. You're still cold. Like,
you burn about 10% more calories to stay alive for every degree centigrade your body temperature rises. Fever is also a strong order to lay down and rest, to save energy and give your immune system time to fight. Back to the battlefield. When the bacteria entered your body, they tried to be stealthy, but now they've switched into high production mode. Their goal is to multiply as fast as possible, which means they need a lot of resources and are highly stressed. Imagine running a marathon while eating a succulent Chinese meal and giving birth. The last thing bacteria need right now is more stress. So your immune system tries to stress them out as much as possible by ordering inflammation, which floods the battlefield with fluids, attack proteins and soldiers. Pretty stressful. Fever is even more stress. For the bacteria a moment ago, the temperature range was pleasant. Now, the world burns. Heat can cause their organs to break and the membranes to rupture, damage their DNA, and diminish protein production. They are seriously suffering from the heat. Why doesn't this affect your cells? It does. All of this is stressful for your cells too. Virtually every system and organ of your body works worse during fever, except one, your immune system. Neutrophils are recruited faster, macrophages.
Let me ask y'all this. When it comes to you being sick, fever, cold, allergies, flu, whatever, what is the worst feeling or thing to you that happens? For example, for me, it's a weak body. You just get weak, bro. I hate that shit. Get weak. You don't want to do nothing. You want to stay in bed all day. That's not productive. I want to be productive, but I can't because my body weak as fuck. That and a dry cough. And I'm talking about the dry cough where when you cough, you continuously cough, bro. Like a time, like you cough here, it doesn't end until like 2-3 minutes, bro. Like just constant. You feel me? I don't know how to explain it. Those are my two biggest things I hate, bro.
And dendritic cells are better at devouring enemies, killer cells kill better, and so on. And fever animates your immune cells to gobble up the critical resources your enemies need, like iron, glucose, and glutamine, turning the battlefield into a food desert. The viruses that infected millions of cells are doing even worse because they're also very sensitive to heat. For example, the rhinovirus that causes the common cold can only infect your respiratory tract because it is significantly colder than the rest of your body, even without fever. The heat is also really bad for the millions of cells that are infected by viruses at this point. They are working super hard producing viruses, which is pretty stressful. As the heat becomes too much to bear, the super stressed cells panic. As their internal machinery is breaking and failing, they quickly produce billions of heat shock proteins, or HSPs, that start repairs, keeping them alive. But this is a trap. Even your healthy cells produce HSPs to deal with the heat, but if a cell makes too many of them, this means it's more stressed than it should be. And if it's too stressed, something is wrong and it should be killed.
Yep.
So your natural killer cells and killer T cells are activated and attracted.
They're like, who's sus out of this lineup?
But it should be. And if it's too stressed, something is
He's nervous.
wrong and it should be killed. So your natural killer cells and killer T cells are activated and attracted by HSPs and start killing infected cells and all the viruses inside them. By trying to protect themselves, infected cells are calling out to be destroyed. But if fever is such an effective weapon, why don't your enemies adapt to it? How is it still viable in so many different animals after hundreds of millions of years? A wild reason.
Bro, adapting to that. Imagine being sick for a year straight, bro. And let's just say it's on purpose, and it's so your body can get used to it. What? No, thank you, bro. 3 weeks to me is too fucking long. I feel like people usually are sick or have a cold or whatever for like a week max, week and a half. You know what I'm saying? 3 weeks? Nah, bro. Imagine a year.
Is that fever actually might outsmart evolution. If your enemies survive fever long enough, natural selection changes them. The individuals that are better suited to deal with heat reproduce more. After a few days, they've adapted. But this becomes a handicap because the next step is to infect new victims in new bodies, and now healthy humans are too cold for them. Not impossible to infect, just harder. And the heat-resistant microbes now compete with their cousins that like it colder and have an advantage infecting healthy hosts. This creates an evolutionary dilemma without a perfect solution. To circumvent this, serious pathogens like measles use hit-and-run tactics. The measles virus is the most infectious right before your fever hits with full force. It's brutally beaten back once your full immune response shows up, but by then, the damage is done.
Cook.
Fever is an effective part of the puzzle of your immune system, helping to attack and stress your enemies from as many angles as possible. But if fever is so great, why do we stop it when we're sick? Should you fight fever with medications?
People would say yes, people would say no, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to start looking up and writing down some home remedy, like grandma recipes. Like great grandma recipes for fighting sickness, bro. Because these medications, for one, are fucking expensive. They run out quick because you get a bottle like this for like $20. And they don't work most of the time. They don't work most of the time, bro. Like it's so annoying. I'd rather something strong, homemade, cooked up at home, buy the ingredients. Bro, I'd rather that, bro. I'm dead ass about to start doing that.
We think it's normal to have magic pills, but relatively harmless over-the-counter pain medication like aspirin or ibuprofen only became cheap and widely available in the last century or so. Going to a pharmacy to get something for your headache is extremely new in human history. Pain feels bad, so we've gotten used to stopping it when we feel it. If you're sick, you're supposed to feel a reasonable amount of pain, so you lie down and save energy. This is not a bug, but a feature of your immune system. But pain and fever are closely connected, and over-the-counter pain medication like ibuprofen and paracetamol also work against fever. Especially in children, fever is often suppressed by worried parents or doctors, sometimes because they think fever...
My boy Mario, you're not slick. You're not slick, Dr. Mario. Boy changed his old fit.
Fever itself is the disease, or they're worried that it can do long-term harm. In general, it's fair to say that
say that again?
By worried parents or doctors, sometimes because they think fever itself is the disease, or they're worried that it can do long-term harm. In general, it's fair to say that for temperatures below 40 degrees Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit, fever is not dangerous and doesn't need to be treated. Of course, there are also patients that should not have fever, like pregnant women, seniors, and seriously weakened patients.
Facts.
For them, the extra stress may be dangerous.
Facts.
Fever over 40 degrees Celsius is dangerous to anybody because it's most likely caused by your internal heat monitor failing. Things get more complicated in serious disease territory.
Bro, this animation is so cool, bro. Yo, these animations are so fucking cool. In general. But this one, yeah.
But 40 degrees Celsius is dangerous to anybody because it's most likely caused by your internal heat monitor failing. Things get more complicated in serious disease territory. We also have evidence that for some diseases like influenza or chickenpox, anti-fever drugs do not help you to heal faster. But we're also running into ethics problems here that make clinical trials difficult. In one study, doctors gave strong anti-fever treatment to critical care patients, but had to stop after mortality shot up.
Fuck.
Overall, we have strong indications that more people may stop after mortality shot up. Overall, we have strong indications that more people may survive serious infectious diseases better with a fever. And there is very little clinical evidence that stopping fever leads to better health outcomes. But there are important exceptions like neurological injuries and stroke. We definitely need a lot more research. So should you fight fever? Well, speak to your doctor and don't listen to internet videos.
Tell me yes or no, bro. You're on the topic. Tell me yes or no. Man said don't listen to an internet video. Bro, nowadays doctors, ibuprofen, here you go. That's all you need. No, the fuck it's not. I need more. Give me some other shit. Literally, bro, I feel like Tylenol, ibuprofen. Stop recommending that shit to people, bro. With pain, sickness, anything. That's literally the go-to in these hospitals, bro. You visit a hospital with pain, you're sick, you broke a bone, you sprained something, you got shot, God forbid. Take some ibuprofen, you'll be good. Shut the fuck up with the ibuprofen shit, bro. I swear.
Well, speak to your doctor and don't listen to internet videos. But this decision is really about payoffs. If a fever is not dangerously high and you can bear it, you're supporting your defenses and may even get healthy a bit faster. But if you feel really bad and are healthy in general, taking a pill against pain and fever will make you feel better quicker at the cost of a slightly less effective immune defense. However you decide, the next time you're burning up and feeling bad, you can rest easy in the knowledge that your enemies are having a much worse time than you.
That's not enough for me, okay? I'm gonna keep it real. My enemies having a worse time than me. That's not enough, cause I'm still having a bad time, okay? I still have it worse. You feel me, bro? Man, hold on. Not taking medication and letting the fever do its thing. That's a thing, though. It feels like forever. Like these 3 weeks alone for me, where it felt like forever. Never mind day one, not taking a damn thing, bro, and just letting it. You feel me? I don't know, bro. I don't know. What are y'all gonna do? Take the medication or thug it out? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what he's saying. Thug it out. The fact that they use platypus to represent a mammalian, what? While keeping up with the classic bird-like character is genius. The next time you are burning up and feeling bad, rest easy knowing that your enemies are having a much worse time than you. It's such a good way of putting it. It makes my current fever feel much better. It is a good way to put it, but I still feel bad, and I'm sick of it. You feel me? Like, I want this to end. I had the flu a year ago and couldn't stop sleep during the fever. Avoiding fever reduces was something I was told to do because fever fights infections, which makes sense. I spent a few sleepless nights in absolute misery, almost feeling more sick with each day that passed. And that's the thing, you feel more sick every day. So if you don't take nothing, bro, you just feel worse. You feel me? It actually took administering some ibuprofen to settle the fever enough to get some rest, which helped me recover much quicker. I hope people understand that despite fever being an important immunological response, sleep is still necessary for recovery. 100%. Months of animation work, and they posted it right when I got a fever. They posted this right when I'm leaving it. Still got the cough, but I'm done. Thank God. You feel me? Interesting video though. Again, man, y'all let me know. Medication or no medication? Let me know.